Well, Dan, thanks so much for agreeing to come out and do this audio out session
Thanks for having me.
tonight before your gig at Ninth Street.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I know of you um, as not just a guitar player, but a piano player as well.
Yeah, I play
And
on piano. Yeah.
singer songwriter too.
Yeah.
Um, do you play any other instruments?
No, just my harmonica here,
Okay.
which I wouldn't really, I'm not skilled at it. I just kind of blow on the thing every now and then. It
I mean,
sounds
that's
okay.
kinda,
Yeah.
it's almost what the harmonica is set up for in a way.
So I wouldn't say I'm a harmonica player, but I can blow in it sometimes.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, is this something that you grew up doing, or you just kind of found it at a certain point?
Yeah, I found it probably, I didn't play anything until I was like a sophomore in high school. And my brother turned me on to it. It's funny, like being here in LaSalle, Peru. My brother went to college here. My older brother is 5 years older, went to IVCC.
Oh, okay.
And so that's when he started writing music. And so he started sending me tapes, and he would come back home and play a song for me, songs that he wrote. And it blew my mind, and I was like, wow, this is my brother writing songs. And it started to make me believe that I could do the same thing,
Nice.
And so it's always cool coming back here because this is
Connected.
truly like really where it started,
Connected to your
honestly.
origins as
Yeah,
a musician.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, you're based in
Bloomington.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Nice.
Born and raised.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Cool. So not normal, but Bloomington, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's like LaSalle, Peru. It's
exactly.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
I was born in Normal. I live in
Okay.
Bloomington, so same thing.
But I mean, you play all over the states, kind of, right?
Yeah, but especially this year, I have a new album out, so I've been all over the country. I just got back from a West Coast trip and
Nice.
really trying to get everywhere this year. Just
Awesome.
try to sell a few copies of the record and get it out there to as many people as I can because I'm really proud of it. I feel like I've been making albums for 10 years now, and just started in my basement. And then I started going to studios around my hometown. And then this last record, I finally bit the bullet and got hooked up with a producer down in Nashville and went down there, spent 2 weeks straight. And, to have kind of like a coach in the studio telling you what's good, what isn't, was kind of like, the album just kind of feels like a culmination of my whole career of like trying to figure out the right way to make an album.
Right
And
on.
so like I did this record and I'm feeling fully satisfied with it for the first time that I made an album. I'm kind of like, all right, I can be happy with this for a while.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Yeah,
man.
totally.
Because
Yeah.
albums and live performances are very different aspects of making music, right?
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
So I mean, you play with a band backing you sometimes. Is there a band on the album?
There is. Yeah, it's a full band album, but it wasn't. It was just me and the drummer, who was also the producer. So we sat across from each other in a room, laid down the basics, and then he brought in like great Nashville players to play on the record.
Awesome.
So some really good guys and good players. So that was cool.
Kind of brought some different angles and interpretations that you might not have thought of for some parts.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, these guys are the best.
I would definitely like to hear that. What's the album called?
It's just my name, just Dan Hubbard.
Daniel Hubbard.
Yeah, self-titled. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Any plans to do anything like vinyl or anything for that?
I do have vinyl.
Oh, you do?
Vinyl, yeah.
Awesome.
I could probably leave you a copy. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
We can trade some Federal Reserve notes for it.
Right on, man. Good.
Yeah, man, I have no problem at all supporting independent musicians. It's something that I'm doing myself.
Yeah.
It's like if we don't look out for each other, then who's gonna?
Exactly. That's right,
and I mean,
yeah.
Making albums, it is a lot of fun, and then feeling like you have one that you're like really proud of. It's rad. Man.
I mean, I'm truly like, I feel like I don't need to make another album, so I'm really in the process now of, still touring behind this album, but also like thinking about what's next, and like I really want to feel like I'm finding myself all over again. As far as writing, I've just been writing and writing. Not sure if any of it's any good, but I'm just kind of like
Not
feeling
judging.
it out now. Yeah, and I'm not rushing anything. Like I've always been like, okay, I wasn't happy with that one, so I'm going to do another one. And now I just have the luxury of kind of really figuring out what's worth making again. You know what I mean? So,
right on. In your writing, do you, I mean, obviously there's all kinds of different ways songs can happen. Is it something where you're like sitting down with your guitar, or you're just kind of out walking the dog and some lyrics pop in your head, or
all of it, man.
all of it,
Yeah.
It's just kind of a state of mind you live in, right?
Yeah,
Being a
totally. I
writer.
mean, I'm definitely in that period now where I'm just thinking, and I'm always thinking about what I could create, what's worth saying, and so a lot of it is on the guitar. That's how it starts, usually with a melody. I find it on guitar and something strikes me, and I'll just kind of hum along, find a melody out of that, and then words will form, and then there's a lot of walking around the neighborhood, mowing the yard, like shutting half of my mind off so the other half can just say what comes to it. You know what I mean?
On.
Yeah. So.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Is there any high points or low points of the touring you've been doing this year, like out west or anything? I mean,
man, it's been so good. The support has been awesome, and I'm really a grassroots type of guy, like promoting wise. Like I reach out to my friends and family in every city I know, and I ask them, like, will you please come out and support me? And it makes it more rewarding that way. Like I don't have a promotion company behind me. I don't have a record label. So it's all just on me. But the support has been awesome. I go across the country and I have 30 to 50 people show up to see me.
That's awesome.
And that's a great feeling. That's all I need. I don't need anything more than that, for sure.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. So, but as far as low points, I do have a family, so it's hard just to be away from them. I hate leaving, but then when I do, and I come home, I always think, that was good, and that was worth it.
Yeah.
So hopefully it continues to feel that way. But
Yeah, just got to find the balance, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, as with music, it's like, I feel like if you're in one area too much, it can almost just become stagnant. It's hard to get people to keep showing up in the same town every week after week.
That's right. So as much as it sucks to leave, it's like you have to if you want to remain legitimate. You know what I mean? And if you want people to support you locally, sometimes they need to see that you're
able to go play all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So
it's like, oh, this guy might actually be really good.
Right.
If he's touring across the country, maybe I should make it a point to go check him out when he's playing at the Castle Theater or whatever.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Are there any particular Illinois venues that you really like playing at?
Of course, the Castle Theater. That's my hometown. It's always my favorite. And then next week I'm playing at the Vogue Theater in Indianapolis, which I'm anxious to see what that's like. I've heard good things. I don't know. It
Ninth
doesn't.
Street Pub.
Ninth Street, absolutely. Ninth Street, right. Yeah, absolutely, man. But I'm always like, truly, I could play in a living room. I prefer to play for a listening audience. Like if people are listening, you can interact with them and tell stories and get some feedback other than people just screaming in each other's faces. That's what I live for, So it doesn't matter where it is. If there's a listening audience, I'm happy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So are you? The Cubs are playing tonight, right?
That's right.
So are you gonna start during the game? Do you think?
I'm starting after
Okay.
what they tell me, which is fine.
Right
That's
on.
good, but it's gonna be a late night. Yeah.
But then Pittman's playing after you too, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Cool.
My boy Matt. Yeah.
How'd you meet up with that fella?
At 9th Street,
Okay.
I mean, we've been coming here for probably 3 or 4 years now, and I remember I always remember this guy, you know, because he'd just sit in, like he'd just bring an amp and just come and sit in and play a song with you, or would play after us, and I was like, man, this guy is so talented. But it's like he's so tasty, you know, like he's got something, you know, and plays with his fingers, just a great touch. And man, I remember thinking if I ever put a band together again, I would love to play with this guy. You know, so yeah.
Now, when you play with your full band, do you do the piano stuff as well?
Sometimes, yeah, but you know, it's a pain to just bring out a big piano for 2 songs a night. So it depends. Yeah.
Depends on the gig.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to what you're saying about, you know, players like Matt, it's like sometimes about what they don't play also.
Exactly.
You know.
That's right. He's not showing off. He could, you know, and there's times where he lets loose, but he's just, you know, it's like I'm drawn to that kind of player for sure. That's why I love like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, because Mike Campbell, what he plays is so scarce, but it's memorable.
Makes
you know
the
what I
song
mean?
like
Absolutely.
what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So do you play electric as well?
Yeah, I do.
Do you do some leads yourself too?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah,
Nice.
I like to play a little bit. Matthew pretty much taught me everything I need to know about playing electric guitar. So
right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
How long have you had this beautiful Martin for?
This 2 years now, like exactly 2 years, and I had a Martin before this that I had for my whole career, starting out, and I ran over it in my car and destroyed it, and so.
I mean, that's probably not the most fun story to talk about.
It was awful, but you know, I was kind of ready for a new guitar, so it worked out, and I just couldn't go away from Martin. So.
Yeah, they make some good stuff as well.
Yeah.
Nice. So was it like, I mean, a band I was in, we were driving to a gig one day, and we had left a guitar on the roof of the van.
Oh yeah.
and it flew off on a 39.
Right.
And like a couple of the band members went back and they found pieces of it.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Was you? And I'm not trying to like dwell on a bad experience, but was it something where like it was like you set it down behind the car and then you like backed up or something?
Yeah, we were making a music video, and the ironic thing is the scene we were shooting was destroying. It was like smashing a guitar, but it was like my beginner guitar, $100 Fender. And I just always wanted to do that, like smash a guitar on the ground.
Yeah.
So I did that. We shot the scene, and we're like high-fiving each other, like that was so fun. We get in the car and totally forget that I had set my good guitar like right in front of the vehicle. We get in the car to drive to the next location or whatever. Just pumped up and we go, just feel like a big bump, and we look at each other like, no.
Oh man. Yeah.
Open it up and it's in pieces, man.
Because instruments like are alive, you know.
That's right.
They're made out of nature.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's kind of like karma. That's what you get for destroying this guitar that you learned how to play on, and now we're gonna take this one from you too. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that like you said a couple years ago?
Yeah. 2 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just got to keep on trucking, right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't suck to go guitar shopping, you know.
Yeah.
So it's my career, like to going and really trying to find the one is always fun. Yeah.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Any ideas on what songs you might play here?
Yeah, I've thought about it. Yeah, I got a couple ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything? I mean, I'll get out of the way in a minute here. So, and if you'd like to do a little, you know, story intro before the songs, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Or if you know, there's anything you want to say now, that's cool too.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do one tune from the new album that I just haven't played much of at live shows, but it's one I'm really fond of. It's called "Tired of Loving You," and it's not like, but it's not. Most people would think it's like a breakup song or a love song. It's really about just a night where I was feeling like people in general were like, I was very paranoid at the time. They're out to get me. You know what I mean? Like they wanted something from me. And, you know, we're taught to love one another. And so, but I just couldn't this night, you know. So that's why it's I'm tired of loving you. It's not about a girl. It's about people in general sometimes.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Your relationship with humanity.
That's right.
Right
Absolutely.
on.
Yeah.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to hear a couple songs.
Okay,
If you're ready to play a couple.
I'm ready, man. Let's do it.
Thanks so much for talking.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Have a great show tonight and in Indianapolis next weekend. Any other gigs you got coming up?
Plenty of gigs. I'm doing an Iowa tour.
Awesome.
Going through Iowa opening for a guy named Brett Newski. You heard of him?
Brett
Newski.
Yeah,
he's from up in Milwaukee, but
okay.
Independent artist who really works hard, is touring all the time, and so I got that to look forward to in the big hometown Castle show with the full band for the night before Thanksgiving, Black Wednesday. Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, so I got some things to finish out the year and then see where I'm at and see what's up for next year. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You sound great.
Dude. Oh, thanks,
and
man.
Thanks for coming through the little old Illinois Valley to share your tunes.
I love it, dude.
Cool knowing that there's like a kind of personal connection with it too, with the area here.
Right on. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Heart strong and full of desire, holding on, and I believe in love songs and walking beside her. And now that we've met, try speaking with care, 'cause I don't know how you can say, give me what I want, and I don't care what it takes. I don't know how much more I can do. Tired of loving you. I'm tired of loving you. Vampires, they're circling, don't seem to care about how I feel. They don't want love, don't care about money, just want my blood, but it's not enough. And I don't know what else to say. Gave you what I had, you're still all up in my face. I don't know how else I can get through. Tired of loving you. I'm tired of loving you. And I don't know how you can say, give me what I want, and I don't care what it takes. I don't know how much more I can do. Tired of loving you. tired of loving you. I'm tired of loving you. I'm tired of loving you. So this is a tune, I was up in Milwaukee a few months back, and this venue, you know, sometimes you pull up the venue and you're like, oh man, I don't know. It was kind of in a rough neighborhood, and it was going to be a long night, you know, playing all night, and I walk in and there's no one in there. There's a couple people at the bar and the bartender, and I got to play for like 3 hours. And, you know, you hope someone will show up to support you, but you don't know. And you're 4 hours from home, and you're like, what am I doing with my life? And, but you do it, and something good always comes out of it, you know, like something unexpected or something really hopeful comes out of it when it seems like a hopeless situation. And like a friend that I hadn't seen for a long time walked in, or someone throwing you like $100 tip or something that night, you know. Stuff like that on tough nights they make it worth it, make you keep coming back for more. So this is based on that night, but there's been a lot of nights like this. This is called Long Night. And there's broken glass on the sidewalk. It's probably been there for weeks. I carry my guitar inside and out to the bartender. There's just a few other lost souls and me. And outside I see a teenage kid walking by, but I know he's got nowhere to go, 'cause he stops and looks through all the cigarette butts, trying to find one still long enough to smoke. He's going nowhere, just like me, yeah. This could be a long night in this barroom. Better not wait up for me. There won't be daylight anytime soon. And I'm right where I want to be. And my head is aching, baby. And I hear them conversating, baby. Hipsters and haters, man, I don't stand a chance. Ain't nobody gonna dance, but I drove all this way. Yeah, I'm gonna play, but this could be a long night in this barroom. Better not wait up for me. I won't see daylight anytime soon. And I'm right where I want to be, set right where I need to be, set right where I want to be. A long night, it's getting longer, baby. Long night, feeling stronger. Long night, better settle in. Long night, you ain't coming here again. Long night, hey, alright. Long